What's up, gang? Welcome to But What Do I Know with Joe. Yes, I'm Joe. If you're new here, welcome in. If not, welcome back. Thank you for joining me as we recap, relive, and otherwise get into Phish's performance at Merriweather Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland. And this is from Saturday, July 18th. Merriweather Post Pavilion, noteworthy in that many great shows have been played there. I've never been there, love to, one of these days perhaps, but this is the 25th, I believe, I think that's right, performance at that Phish has done at Merriweather Post Pavilion. Lots of shows to stack up against, so what say we talk about it? I have taken the liberty of writing out the set list over here. I think it'll benefit be a benefit to the conversation. So let's check it out. Phish, Merriweather Post Pavilion, Columbia, Maryland, Saturday the 18th. All right, set one. What's going through your mind? We are starting strong tonight, and done this past few nights as well, the past few shows, I should say. This is an incredible way to start the show. Love this song. They've played it countless times, countless different ways. It always has the ability to take off. Makes you wonder, are they going to prove that to us or what? But it was a strong way to get started and kind of set the tone for the evening. Extremely focused, super tight. It sounded incredible, and they were just on it. Love to see this get jammed out. And they left the song, started jamming out, and just moving in all sorts of directions. I felt it had a brighter feel overall, and not completely, but more so than not throughout. And they jammed on it. It wasn't the longest one ever or something, like 14 minutes, I think, but rock solid. Incredible way to start the show, and again set the tone for things to come. Which up next was Contact. So in the two slot there, and there've been a few shows now where the second song in gets jammed out. This was certainly in discussions that I had with folks, friends, about wouldn't it be smart if they took that out for a ride? And I don't know that we knew, but we certainly hoped that would be the case. And tonight they were not going to disappoint, that's for sure. So they got through the first the lyrics. They got to the part where they go in through the sequence of grooves. And I think it was the second one in, they said, well, we're going to stay here for a bit. And they did. It not an overly long jam. I think the overall song was 10 minutes, but for Contact, it's Contact, for Christ's sake. They jammed out Contact. So it stuck more or less to the theme of Contact, if you will, but it just rocked out, and it was just so cool to see this. And it somehow or another, wherever they were jamming, whatever they were doing, they all circled back and were able to drop back into the actual groove that they left in the first place. And who does this in order to finish the song, and which they did. So Contact. So you've got a really good start here. Okay, this is a 1-2 punch. I wonder what's next. Well, it's going to be You Enjoy Myself. So that's the third song in the first set, and I failed to look that up. I don't think that's ever happened. Which just writing that down was really odd. And so, hey, okay, You Enjoy Myself, sure, let's see what happens here. Why not? And this was, again, excellent start, and now we're in Yem, and it was just absolutely fabulous. And they did a fantastic job, killed it throughout the song. Do the trampolines. They get into the jam and stick to the You Enjoy Myself structure for a bit, but then deviate from that. And the jam, to me, had a dark feel to it, darker for sure, steering in that direction. And they just jammed on this groove for a while, and it was really cool to see. They shift back to the yam structure and then go right into the vocal jam. And well, they did keep their instruments, so there's a little they added a little color here and there. So shorter vocal jam because that literally went right into Axilla Part 2. So as you can see, we're on a bit of a roll here. Okay, Axilla Part 2. This again, it's out Axilla. So who doesn't like that, right? It's such a fun song, and the band seems to enjoy playing it as well. It's and they've jammed this out before. I've seen one a few times, I think, and you know, hey, who knows what's going to happen, right? It's went through the song, got to the "Don't Shine That Thing in My Face, Man" part, and just you know, as you would hope, they just kept on grooving in that vein, and it got really, really highly extra psychedelic. I felt, and but just grooved on for a while, and again, it's around 12 minutes or so. So grooved on that. It slipped into this spaciness, and you know, you're floating almost, and it's just sort of basking in the glow of the afterglow of that which was Axilla. And I shit you not, the transition, like butter. I cannot. The flow from Axilla into McGrupp is just stupid. Go back and check it out. It's ridiculous, and it falls right into it. It's as if it were written this way, that forever they will be played like this, and perhaps that should be the case actually. So anyhow, do your own research, please. McGrupp, and it's McGrupp, the Watchful Hosemasters. This is, you know, what a treat, man. You know, we've gone all this way, and then they just, okay, we're going to do this. So this is just insanely cool, and what a great song. So we get into McGrupp, right? You get to the second half of it, right? The groove part, ultimately culminating with the crescendo and finishing the song, and they're grooving, and it's awesome, of course, McGrupp. And then Trey starts to add in a little guitar, and it's like, yeah, it's reggae-ish, and sure as shit, it's next thing you know, not old Jed's a Millionaire, but next thing you know, they're playing Have Mercy, and it's just you know, okay, wow, as if it were again written this way. Those songs go together way too well. It's uncanny actually, and yeah. So Have Mercy, which by the way is I think this is the 18th time they played it or something. That didn't get a lot of airtime, and so Have Mercy, and that as soon as they're done with that, it's just again smooth as could be, right back into McGrupp, right into that groove that they left. In order for them to go through the crescendo and finish the song, and just this McGrupp Have Mercy sandwich, just boom, you know, and hell, that could have ended the set, but no, Shade was next. I really like the song Shade. I love that song. The music is great. The lyrics are awesome. Let's be honest. And it's concise. It is what it is. I wondered if they would jam that out, but figured it was just we needed a rest after everything we've traveled far, okay, and so that was a welcome respite. And then it really needed it because afterwards they threw down this Runaway Jim to close the first set, and this was just apocalyptically just raging. It just. All that Runaway Jim should be, right? And just driving, marching, like stepping and fetching, just relentless. The jam was just building, and it was a great way to end you know, the jam into soaring, and you know, they obviously in the song. And close the first set. Okay, so set one is in the books, and yeah, set one. All right. let's get a break in there, and then let's move it along with set number 2. So right out of the gates, we're gonna sort of keep the theme rolling of Let's Start Strong and Life-Saving Gun straight out of the chute. And that's such a great thing. Love this song so much. It's just so awesome. It gets everybody amped so much, and it rages. You're familiar with the song, right? So it does sort of lend itself to a darker, more foreboding, if you will. And certainly started that way. So that they're moving through it. It clearly starts on the darker side, but then the light comes through, as it always does, and the roller coaster starts, and different different feels and everything, and they're just sort of finding their footing and whatnot. And it's this musical landscape that they're driving us by, and it's like. Is that a tease? What do I hear? And it's like, no, they're forging the musical path right there in front of us, and we're following along. Improvisation is like I've never seen, and obviously I've seen similar things, but this was just exemplary. It was incredible. And flowing from one jam to another, one groove, the flow was insane. So Life-Saving Gun, over 20 minutes in, it softens up and kind of spaces out. And next thing you know, Got a Jibboo starts. And so there we are. Now we're in Got a Jibboo. Okay. And dig the song for sure. Older school. A lot of them sort of stick to the frame, the Jibboo frame, if you will, and maintain that structure. This one did not, they're cruising through the song. They are with the Jibboo frame, but then once they left that, things started to change. And again, sweeping into different, it's darker, it's a funkier feel, it's running the gamut, happier jam, and then spaciness overall on each of them, and then realizing it's very similar to the jams from after Life-Saving Gun, just almost a callback, not the same music at all, but just the same feel and intention. Perhaps is the so they're grooving out here. They're somewhere in outer space after in Jibboo, and you hear the guitar Ether Edge start, and so there we go. Now we're in Ether Edge. I like this tune from Evolve, and I've seen a number of them. I saw the very first one in Huntsville, and let me tell you that. That this song has come so far, in particular, the difference is just so vast from what I saw Say That Night to this one tonight. This was ridiculous. So they get through the tune, and and by the way, this is I think the 15th time they played that. So hasn't got a ton of airtime. Now it's a new song, but newer, but still, that's not many times. And they play through the song, the jam takes off. The interplay between Trey and Paige is just phenomenal, and certainly a highlight of the sort of middle-ish section. And as the jam evolves, it starts to run the gamut. It's upbeat. It gets dark. It's super funky. It's there's outer space. It's now a callback to what we experienced in Jibboo and in Life-Saving Gun. This it's like they're playing one big song, and in between they'll have the other, at least the lyrical parts, and just again the improv and just them exploring, just insanely cool all the way around. Worth the price of admission for sure. And that drifts off. Ether Edge does. And again, this is another theme for the night, the segue. Jesus Christ, it just slides right into Lifeboy as if it were written this way, just so smooth. And then you're in Lifeboy. I love this song. It's just a great song all the way around. And in this spot too, as sort of a cool down after all this mayhem up above, that was very welcome. So Lifeboy, that's always a treat. Wonderful to watch. Afterwards, wondering, okay, well, what will they do? You know, what's next? I wasn't paying enough attention to the clock. But anyhow, they opted to Boogie with everybody, and Boogie on Reggae Woman get started. And always a good time. Who doesn't like to shake something, right? And yeah, the band clearly enjoys it. Mike especially, I think, enjoys playing it. But this one was the funk. I mean, like dangerously high levels of funk. I had it described as funk war crimes, and I think that's highly appropriate. That this is, it was a travesty. The level of funk in this song can't be overstated. I assure you. I will try. They absolutely threw this shit down, and just I bet it would have been so fun to be there. And it leaves the song, and they continue on. It wasn't overly long, eight minutes. That's not. But they hammered it and just grooved it out as big as they could. And it was cool to watch for sure. And out of that funk, it sort of dissipates, and they just roll right into Free, which at that point I'm thinking, yeah, this clearly is going to be the set closer, I would expect. So yeah, roll right into Free. So we are in the funk, we leave the funk just for a moment for Free to start, and then we get right back into funk and Free. And that, yeah, Free was just ridiculous. Right back into the funk, and they threw that down for a while, and then it got into some really aggressive jamming in a good way. And they were, I mean, just take no prisoners. We're gonna, you know, we're not quite done. And yeah, just raged. And again, crazy strong finish to a ridiculously good set. Set number 2 in the books. Whew. Okay. After a quick break, we're back for the encores, and starting out with Monsters. This I love this song. I've not seen this one. Really want to see it, and it's super cool to see this again, sort of foreboding, murky, and strong. Wake up in my bed with monsters in my head. I mean, it's just the imagery and everything, dark and yeah, they throw that right in the encore, and then second encore, it's this happy, peaceful, at least serene, if I could, and just the dark to light, and assumingly they would start or finish with something a little more upbeat and perhaps in your face. Antelope would be a good choice. So that's what they did, and listen, I don't need to tell you anything about this Antelope. It's your standard issue, fiery, violent at times, getting up in your face and just exploding. Out of control. Pretty sure that's it. Out of control. Ridiculous. And a very strong finish to an otherwise outstanding show. This show, the replay value here, I personally don't think it can be overstated at all. This is, let's not sleep on the first set, please. So there's nothing in here I would want to skip. at all. It's just the flow of this entire show. It's as if it was just so calculated. It's absurd, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. Yeah, the replay value is high for literally the entire show. I just would start it right here and let it ride, rinse and repeat. Okay. As far as but what do I know moment? I mean, my mind goes over here. This was some phenomenal. The playing, it was so good. But I have to go with this McGrupp, Have Mercy McGrupp sandwich. This is, I feel, so special. And do you think they're going to do that again? It's so, the flow and out of Axilla, when you sum all of this up, yeah, that's the spot. But what do I know? So that is my assessment of Phish at the Merriweather Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland on the 18th of July, Saturday. But what do I know? Our journey has ended. Until next time.